Welcome to Challenger Insight. Today is going to be a very special episode because we have a POV stream of the best mid laner, arguably the best player in the world, playing against G2 Caps. This is a MSI game in Vietnam, I believe, and I will be explaining everything that is happening, everything Rookie is doing, so you can improve as fast as possible. Now, he is playing a Zoe against Vladimir, and goes for heal. Usually in solo queue you would see Zoe go for ignite to reduce Vladimir's healing, but this is a competitive game. He wants to play it a bit safer, so heal gives him better gank avoidance and also stronger 2v2 in a sense that if Zoe and Lee Sin fight the enemy mid jungle, they will have the heal advantage while Vladimir has the TP. So in this matchup, Zoe has the priority. She can decide how the lane will play off, and she can use that priority to roam and assist her team. So we'll see how he's going to play this. He is going for a level 1 ward. This is very specific ward. If you are afraid, let's say you're playing against a Kindred or maybe an Italy, and they could do something like this. They could do their red buff and then jump over to the hole where Baron or Herald is, and they could just instantly do your jungler's blue buff. So this is a good ward against these kind of junglers. Let's continue the replay here. Okay, so he goes for the Q through minions. That was not a good trade, but it's alright. Even if he makes a lot of mistakes, this lane should be very easy. So he's kiting the and he even eats the empowered Q from Vladimir. Already 2 huge mistakes. So you see, even the best players don't play flawlessly. But as I said, you are allowed to do mistakes because you're in very easy matchup. Zoe should definitely stomp a Vladimir. Now he's setting up a slow push. This is a strategy I like to do myself because you are just building a really big wave, and slow push is like you're pushing but not too fast. You're not spamming on the wave, you're just pushing slowly and building a big wave. So when you crash it under enemy tower, notice the Jarvan is in topside jungler. So it's a Jarvan. Yes, he could definitely do the thing as Kindred or Nidalee, just jump over the wall. And you see that his jungler is in bot side, so Lee Sin wasn't planning to go to his blue very early. Okay, Proto Belt. You see, it's just impossible for Vladimir to do really anything. That's why he went TP, just wants to scale. And now look, this wave is so big. Now, if you're a Rookie, big wave give you an advantage that you can hit the tower for very long, so you can take plates. It's not that useful early because the tower has the protection and gets less damage before 5th minute. But now imagine Rookie would roam top or roam bot. He has so much time and he wouldn't be losing anything in mid lane, while Vladimir would be stuck here because if Vladimir decides to follow, he will lose all these minions, and that's almost kill and 1 level worth of golden experience. So you see Jarvan is going this way, and his jungler is on blue buff. He just throws the bubble to zone him and continues putting pressure here. Now what you should be thinking as mid laner is knowing what the enemy jungler did. So Jarvan is level 3, he has only red buff. It's very obvious what pathing he took, so he cleared his entire top side. Let me show you. Like in this, he just did this basically, and then pathed this way. If you would press tab, you would see that he has 12 minions. Or I think he did the scuttle crab as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So once you crash the big wave, you can decide if you want to keep pushing or you want to let the wave bounce and then freeze it to set up a gank. So look, every time you push the entire wave on a tower and the tower kills the wave, it will result in a bounce. Now this is what's called a bounce, because he was pushing before and then the wave bounced back, and now Vladimir has the push. Now at this time, if you call your jungler, look, Vladimir will soon be very exposed. He will have to walk over this part to farm, right? To get experience or anything. So imagine Lee Sin would be just waiting here. This is a good gank setup in competitive. Or also you can base and you won't lose that much. Or the other option you can do is you can just keep pushing and pushing, so you don't let the wave bounce, but you just keep the priority. So it seems like he's just letting the wave bounce, and I expect that Lee Sin will look for a mid lane gank soon. Vladimir is in an okay spot here, but this is when he should be calling for his jungler, since it's a bit risky for him to overstay like this. Okay, so he's freezing. He pulled the wave a bit, so it doesn't crash under his tower, and it doesn't result in a bounce. Right now, there's a freeze, and Vladimir warded topside. If you think about the gank pressure that the rookie has right now, I mean from the enemies, it's not very high. Charvan and Vladimir don't have very good ganks. Oh, this is really annoying. He's going for an all-in. He knows that even if Charvan is there, he doesn't have to be scared. He still has heal and flash, and it's just too risky for Charvan to come. Now, he's, again, pushing a big wave in. And Caps, I think he did a mistake here. He definitely should have based and TP. This is just really cocky from him. And Rookie also sees the Charvan in top lane. That means that he can do whatever he wants. Now, there's his bubble, auto attack. Now, he could walk a bit further and also use his heal. So he procs his W and Caps would be dead. So he did a little mistake here. So this would be a complete solo kill, okay? And I believe that if he flashed and healed here, he would still get the kill. Because he flashes to here and then auto attacks with his passive because he activates his W, picks up Vladimir flash and flashes out. But I think it's just like the first game they meet, he just wants to play it safe. I completely understand that. It's still a big win situation for Rookie. Now, as I said, you crash a big wave, it's so easy to take plates. So he takes a plate here. He doesn't have enough time to push this because Vladimir has TP, but a plate, a flash, and he denied one minion wave. Now, as I said, that one of your options when you crash a big wave under the enemy tower is that you can base for free. And now, because the wave is bouncing, you won't lose anything. He's still keeping tabs on map awareness. He knows that Charvan has to be top. And now again, see, the wave is bouncing because he just pushed it under a tower. He has nothing to do, so he's looking on the side lanes, what's happening, seeing if people use summoners or if they have enough HP to come. Now, he bought boots and a Dark Seal. Dark Seal combo with the Corrupting Potion is really strong. Now, he doesn't push, so he can keep zoning Vladimir like this. Auto attack, nice, and he walks back now. So Vladimir doesn't have flash, and the wave is also kind of bad for him. Unless Rookie decides to push. Okay, so he's pushing. He wants the priority now for some reason. Remember, Rookie still has both summoners, so now it's impossible for the enemy team to gank mid. He went for the fast poke combo. QR, instant Q. Now his priority, he has Redemption and Ghost. Crashing a tower, a wave under tower, he will be looking to get the plates again, or no. Okay, so the first thing you usually want to do when you get priority is to set up Vision, because Vision sets you up for success. It will allow you to play aggressive, do whatever you want. He wards this brush because they want to play towards bot side. Now we see that Charvan's red buff is spawning, so we assume that he will be around that place. Okay, let's see. He knows that his jungler is on red buff. Bot lane doesn't have priority. What is he deciding to do here? They could definitely set up a gank here because they win the 2v2 with Lee Sin. He's trading really heavy, but he knows that he will win the trade. He also has the ghost. He just wanted to use that. He will go even deeper, forcing Vladimir to go aggressive. And the way he is playing this is just... I think he should have called for his jungler. He should have told his jungler that he's going to go ham now. There's a chance that there is a counter gank. And if Lee Sin was actually here, I think they could have gotten a kill or something. So I think it's a slight miscommunication between him and the jungler. Because this was not very worth. He had to use both of his summoners just for Charvan's ultimate. He will force a reset here. Goes for the Lost Chapter Ideal buy. Now he doesn't have to worry about mana at all. So look at the map here. What would you do as Rookie? You see that you have good vision here, but you see no one. You don't see their support, and they could definitely be there. You don't see the Jarron anywhere, and you are a Zoe, so you have zero mobility, no flash. Right now, you should be a little worried that you can get ganked. So he goes for a very safe board. Now he sees Jarvan on the map, so he can move up a little. I think he will look to gain the prio here. Yes. And he plays closer to top side because he knows that's his strong side. This is the big problem why Vladimir is so weak in the lane is that his range is just way too short, especially against champion that with artillery range like Zoe. And he will always lose to the push to everyone. It's really just a scaling pick, so you can't really say, oh my god, Rookie is in. Of course, Rookie is an insane player, but it's expected he should be winning this matchup. Let's for a poke again. Let's see what he does now. Blue is spawning. His jungler is far away in the bot side. Remember, right now the enemy team is thinking that the next Jarvan ultimate will be used mid lane, since he's a very free kill. So I expect his team to play a little more around him. Otherwise, he has to see, he's standing under his tower. Right now, Vladimir doesn't have vision. This is always good to do. Instead of, if you really have nothing to do, instead of showing yourself, then you don't even have to last it, just hide yourself. It will put some doubt in the heads of your enemies. See, he's playing super safe. Okay, now he sees Jarvan on the board. They will clear it. They will just look for the blue buff here. So let's skip that. Now, the reason why before it was a mistake losing Flash is just... Remember when he had both his summoners up, how aggressive he could play? He was literally under their tower all the time. But now because he has no summoners, his approach is much safer. Much safer because he knows he's very easy to gank. Goes for a bubble from Fog. It's nice. And look how he is, again, playing closer to top side. And this is so important. So he's playing aggressive without summoners, yes. But he knows that his jungler is in top side. And they have pressure there in a sense. That means that the enemy team has pressure in the bot side of the map, right here. And if Jarvan ganks it from bot side, now, by standing here, it's very hard for Jarvan to approach him. He has to basically walk over the entire lane. And they don't have vision on Lee Sin. So he can always run this way for help. Let's continue. He's just playing to his strong side of the map since Akali is winning really hard. Goes for a little bit of poke, sees that top lane, nothing he can do there. Goes back to mid lane, pick up the wave. Vladimir is missing, so he's pinging. 70 more seconds when he has to play really safe. Now, there is a vision. He had some time. There was no wave in the mid lane. So again, he is using his priority or to do things. Right now, Vladimir has the priority. But it's not really a champion that can do much with it. So it doesn't matter. They could be sneaking Herald. That's also a possibility. Especially since Akali went to base. And Lee Sin as well. Yes, as I thought, the Herald is done. So this is just the enemy team being really smart. They saw that Akali based. They probably knew Lee Sin based too. And Vladimir had the push in the mid lane. Jarvan just sneaked it very easily. Because at that time, Rookie and the Shy couldn't move. They would lose way too much in the mid lane. They also had no vision. So right now they are in quite a dire situation. Again, notice how Rookie is playing to his strong side of the map. They have no prio in top lane. They don't see the Vayne. I mean, it's unlikely Vayne in the room, but it's always a possibility. Jarvan was also there recently. And Lee Sin is bot side. So always, the rule is close to your jungler, far away from the enemy jungler. That's the #1 rule when it comes to avoiding ganks or setting up counter ganks. Now his flash is gonna be up. I expect him to... You saw a passive Rookie. You first saw aggressive Rookie, then passive Rookie. So you see he has his team around. He will play aggressive now. Also has flash. Okay, this is a Tahm Kench ultimate. They just disengage. He's dodging all the skill shots. Making them use a lot of things. And it's fine. Tahm Kench ultimate for nothing. That's a big win. So, no bot lane priority. They have top lane priority, but they don't have the Herald. I believe that the enemy team wants to use Herald in the mid lane. Mid lane tower is the most important tower, so usually that's the one you want to break with the Herald. Okay, now he went a bit deep, but he has flash, as I said, so he's just baiting this really skillfully. And he goes for their flash. There's no way he would die. And this was all set up. So, you saw in the beginning, Rookie being insanely aggressive. Then he made one mistake, which happens even to the best. And he had to play really passive, so he respected that. But the moment he got his summoners back up, like right now, You saw he went again offensive because he knows he can play with them. He knows he has a lot of outplay potential, and that's exactly what's happening here. So he's playing aggressive at the right time. This is called calculated aggression. A lot of times people ask, should I play aggressive? Should I play passive? What's the right thing? Well, neither is right. There are just right times to play aggressive and right times to play passive. You can't play aggressive all the time because you will just die to ganks if you play like an idiot, you know? So it comes down to being smart, knowing what you can get away with. So this was probably set up. Now, he saw everyone and they know that they have advantage in terms of TP. He also has exhaust, so think about this situation. Lee Sin is around, they have TP advantage. I assume that Rookie said Vladimir might TP mid, there might be a fight and I think we can win it, so he's just debating this. I'm 100% sure this was all planned. So you see, now the moment Jarn commented like this, already a TP, Vladimir is out of range and he can't go over the Cataclysm. He also doesn't have Empowered Q and he still has his heal up. Jarvan also used most of his spells and is bubbled. So there's absolutely no way they are gonna kill him like this. So good. That was so good. He still has flash and you see they have no cooldowns moving up. Now he's just playing with his range. And that's it. So, very good play by a Rookie. Now there's a bit of Clown Fiesta, but he just used everything. He has so much gold, he lets his team take the wave. Goes for a reset, and now he has Ludens. His power spike right now is insane. But again, he has no summoner, so he won't be that crazy as he was before. Right now his priority, Vladimir is still dead, everyone is bot lane and Jarvan has no ultimate. There's a fight in bot lane, so he immediately starts moving. Puts the camera on them so he sees. Just picks up a really easy kill on Tahm Kench. Picks up the fake flash as well and walks back to the mid lane. Gets priority, sees Vladimir bot lane. Jarvan still shouldn't have his ultimate. But he doesn't have his team very close, so he doesn't want to go that deep. Wow. I think he's just dead. No, Tahm Kench just saved him. But it's good. He's playing very well at Fog, you see. But his team is around, so he always knew that he can have cover if something happened here. Now, this is not an ideal lane assignment for the enemy team, because Zoe can easily hold two people, and this is the Caps play when he went for a dive. You see again how important it is to identify where you have pressure. So again, look, where is his team? They don't see anything top, it's completely dark, so they don't have pressure there. G2, this is G2's point of pressure. Where Invictus Gaming have pressure is, here, look at the vision on the minimap. The entire bot side river and also the jungler and support are in bot side. So that's why he's playing to this side of the mid lane instead of this side, because if he played to the opposite side, he's dead right here. So he just knows the limits very, very well. Now, we are doing the dragon. Invictus Gaming know that Rookie can just wave clear this very easily, but now the moment they are spawning Herald, but this is very risky because Vladimir is dead, so I don't think they will get much. They will just get this one charge and kill the Herald. They are losing a lot in the side lanes for this, so that wasn't very good play from G2. Mostly Cap's fault that he just died 1v1 in the bot lane. Okay, now where do they have pressure? In the entire mid lane, so he can walk up. Goes for a bit of a poke here on the Tahm Kench, half HP'd, and Charon goes for engage, but that was so forced, because if you see, so if you think about it right now, right? G2 have the pressure somewhat, like Caps had the prior bot lane, he inted it, but Vayne also had somewhat the prior top, so she could be here in the mid lane, that's why Rookie has to respect it. But then, if you notice, Invictus did Drake, and then Akali is roaming because she has the priority. Vladimir is dead, so... And they know that everyone is around. There's no way, without Caps, they have enough damage to kill a Rookie here. So they're just sitting in the fog, you see, and they're just debating this. So they make these guys hide in fog, the Shy and Lee Sin. These two guys woke up. Now, Charn thinks, okay, it's a good idea, it's only 3 of them, and joke's on you. it's a Kali here as well, and they are all going to die. Really strange mistake from G2 and good bait from Invictus Gaming. Look how deep they are. Classic LPL. So let's fast forward a bit. Rookie goes for the reset. He doesn't really need his tier 2 boots that fast, because remember, Vladimir doesn't have skill shots. I mean, unless you consider his ult a skill shot. So now as a mid laner, when everything is broken down, you want to look to side. You want to look to be in the side lane, but there's a fight, which I think is not looking very great for them. Okay, Electrocute gets an easy kill here, and the rest of Invictus is coming. They pick up some really easy kills. This is the classic G2, go big or go home. So when G2 start losing a little bit, they just still keep forcing plays because they believe in their outplay potential. Now it works because you can surprise your enemies and you can get a comeback or something, but it can also go completely the other way, and it's just a way for you to lose even faster. But sometimes you have the games, especially in pro play, where the enemy team has good macro, and once you fall behind, it feels like you are being choked slowly and you just don't have any way to come back. So rather than wait for them to take everything one by one, you just try something crazy, you know, and that's G2. So he gets the priority here. Now he doesn't have vision. Notice that he has nobody around him, so he doesn't decide to keep pushing. Imagine he had... Look, everyone is so far away in his point of pressure in bot lane, and that's why he doesn't decide to hit this tower. So instead, so now either you reset or you just walk mid lane to support your team, because overextending in top would be way too dangerous and you could lose your flash. And it doesn't look like a big deal, but remember how the entire early game actually revolved around him having flash and not. So nothing is happening. He walks again top lane to pick up the farm. Sees Jarvan here. Now IG know where enemies are, and he knows that Lee Sin will not go to his topside jungle for a while. He just takes this extra camp. He has nothing to do in top. Now there's no way he will get dove under tower, so he feels pretty confident that nothing's gonna happen to him here. But he doesn't have priority, so always important to tell your team. And if you look at Invictus Gaming, now they are starting to pressure around top side, so he's feeling confident he can move up a bit now, because the point of pressure is closer to him. If any fight would happen right now, he can always run to his team, he can flash and bait the fight just like he did before in the mid lane. Now his team gives him the vision, so he is able to push up this tower. Now he has enough gold to buy a Morello Nomicon. Decides to stay. I think he is waiting for both Morellos and the tier 2 boots. Also, they are sending so many people bot, so I expect them to pressure the tower. No, just push the wave in. It's always ideal if you can to push the waves completely under tower, because it gives you the longest priority and denies enemy minions from the enemy team, and guarantees that you will lose the least amount as possible. So they're walking through mid lane together, so they can get vision. And then again, he will probably look to go to the side lane, push out, and rotate back to his team, because Zoe is a poke mage and they want to be together. That's our alongside bubble, doesn't get it, but it's fine. The main objective is to get the vision here. He's not afraid to face check. The enemy team doesn't really have burst champions. Charm is full tank. Vladimir is not very strong. And they have a Nico. Okay. So they had a wave in the mid lane. They get vision everywhere. And he's just in fog of war, poking from maximum distance. And they get a tower, push out this wave. And then they can again look either for vision or just start some objective. So I guess they will go for a dragon here. And also set up some vision for the Shy. Right now they don't see Lee Sin, so they can move up like this. The enemy team doesn't know that Lee is not there. They're just playing the fog really, really smart. Soloing dragon on the Lee Sin. He's pinging top lane tower, since the enemy team had to go defend bot side. And now, as I said, the top wave was bouncing. He wants to pick it up. There's stuffing happening in the mid lane. Goes top. And now he's like, guys, I'm chilling, I'm farming, watch out. Vladimir took a really bad trade here, half HP, and they're forcing on him, but there's just no way. Oh my god, see, Caps is going crazy, but there's just no way. Rookie has both of his summoners, and he makes a really bad choice. Rookie still has his main flash. I believe Caps just used his. Now again, they are playing really well with the waves. The mid wave is being pushed in. I don't think Rookie wants to base anytime soon unless he goes low on mana or HP. He has only 500 gold. So yes, they just push in mid wave. You saw two people defending it, and now they dive top lane because it's just one time kinch. Nothing they can do. Lee Sin goes deep. Oh my god, what a one shot. Alright. Now that's a complete ace. I believe this is where they went really crazy for Vayne. Yes, this was the shy play. Very nice. So I think they just get a top lane tower, push out all the waves, and then reset. So the waves are perfect for them again. Now, at this point, when you are deciding where you should go as a mid laner, it's usually you go to one of the side lanes, so either top lane or bot lane, depending on which objective you want to play around. So if it's Baron, you should be close to it, so you go top. Since you don't have TP usually, and your top laner has TP, so the top laner is the one far away, and the mid laner is the one close. So you would go top, and this is what I think Rookie would do, since they want to play around Baron. If it was, let's say, Dragon, and they wanted to play around Dragon or bot lane tower, of course he would go to bot lane. So pickups blue buff, okay. Has help from his team, so he knows he can move up like this. And just decides to poke them. But he has a wave under tower, so now he will pick it up, get priority, and they will go into Fog of War again to look to snipe someone with his E. They see Vladimir in the mid lane. Still nobody else, so it's a bit sketchy. Okay, two people in mid lane. Now he's confident that he can move up. Uses, instead of face checking directly, he uses his R to gain some vision and be a bit safer. Now there's some fight in the mid lane. People got caught out. But it's okay, because Akali is coming. Now there was the face check. Remember that his team is full of very squishy champions, so face checking is not always ideal. Now, there's probably nothing going to be happening. It's just that the enemy team has no cooldowns, virtually no engage, so they are just playing with them like this. Get the ward. It was a bit of loss of tempo for them since they got caught, but it's okay. They didn't lose anything besides some shutdowns. Now, priority, vision, and instantly starting the Baron because they see two people very far away in the mid lane and they don't have vision. So they have a lot of damage on Xayah right now. Okay, free Baron thanks to their vision control, and now G2 was really deep. They will go for a fight. Staying in max range and just looking to slowly poke. Now the Shy went crazy here again. This was the insane play. And look how every single player from Invictus just always makes the enemy team overexert themselves, bait them into bad situations, and then just clean up. This is basically what was happening the whole game. He even bought Mejai's, so just to play with Caps' mind. 4 people dead, 1 inhib down, reset. Now, what would you want to play around? So, Baron is down, Dragon is down, mid inhib is down. So now the choice is either top or bot inhibitor. Now, the inhibitor that is far away from Baron is more valuable than the one that is close, because people have to send, the team that doesn't have the inhib, have to send people to defend further away from Baron. So it's always better to go for the bot inhib here. So if we identify the objective, it will be this. And as I said, to the side lane, close to the objective you want to play around, so he goes to the bot lane. Has his flash up, he's very, very strong, pretty confident that he doesn't have to be scared, and he will crash the wave just as his teams goes in. So gets priority, then goes for vision. Now what right now Invictus Gaming are doing is synchronizing the waves. So you want, ideally, you want all the waves. So think of the mid wave right here and the bot wave right here. And even more ideally, even the top wave, but it can't always be perfect, right? To crash under the towers at the same time. Why? Because then they have more points of pressure at the same time, and the enemy team has to send more people and split them up to defend, so it's easier to break their base. Instead of just, let's say, the bot wave crashes first, right now, and the bot wave is still, I mean, the mid wave is in mid lane, and the top wave is, like, even further, like here. So the enemy team just sends 5 people to defend this one, done. Then they will send people to defend the mid wave, done. And then they just wait for top wave, 5 people top defending, done. Instead of having to split themselves and just defending as 1, 2, or 3 people. So this is called syncing waves. In short, let's continue. Mid wave, bot wave crashes at the same time. You see that Vayne has to defend mid. There's just less people defending the bot tower, so it's completely free. See, they are occupied defending mid, and they will walk for his inhib. Now he's a poke mate, so he will stand far back. Only Jarvan can engage, but nobody is around him, so he doesn't even have to flash. And once Jarvan uses his fangs, okay, Vladimir flank, but he's really, really weak. Goes for the flash. Ease the Vayne as well. Wow, very well played by him. That was very clean from Rookie, besides one of the mistakes he did early in the game that he had to play defensive. But you saw how he placed the lane, why he was slow pushing, and how he played with his summoners, knowing his limits, and especially important, how he played around his pressure. So thank you for watching. Next time I will do the same thing with Caps or Jensen. There's many POV replays. See you again next time.